What's up, guys? Welcome back. Good afternoon. I haven't uploaded like an actual video on this channel in over a year, but like we are back. Ignore where I am right now. I found like an abandoned building and I thought that this would be like a nice place to film. So you have all heard about the expression, don't judge a book by its cover. My personal belief is that saying is stupid. I'm so tired of every time I go into a bookstore just seeing like the same types of covers. Like it's either like some like generic fantasy thing called like The Wings of Ash and Flames, or like just like the basic romance ones. If you write like 600 pages of your fantasy novel just to call it like The Prince of Darkness and Ember, I think you actually need to find like a new profession. You gotta think about it. Writing a book is one of the hardest things a human being can achieve. Most people can't even write like an essay for school, so writing like 500 pages of just straight words, that's a big accomplishment. That takes a lot of time. And so you would think after spending that much time on a project, you would want to make sure that it's like presentable and it looks good. But I guess like some people just like don't care about that. And that's how you end up with covers that look like this. So in my opinion, if you're not willing to like put the effort to making your book look like something that I actually want to read, then I'm not going to put the effort into reading your book. So for this video, I've done a bunch of research and I've selected some covers that I'm going to review and rate them on a scale of 1 to 10 if I would actually read them. I'd like to give an honorable mention to some books that are already in my collection. I think this one, Zombie Butts from Uranus, has to be, like, this should be given an award. My older brother gave this to me when I was like 7, and I looked at this cover and I was in love. This isn't a book review video, but I did actually read this one. And every single line is just a different poop joke. I think this might actually be the most genius book ever written. The plot of this book is that this kid's butt can talk, and he has to fight a bunch of giant zombie butts that came from Uranus by training to become a butt fighter. The book opens with him skiing down a mountain until there's a crap-a-lanche where the mountain explodes with poop. I'd really recommend this one for you guys to check out. I also want to give a mention to this Goosebumps book with the most unintentionally funny cover. This is about a kid turning into a bee, but I don't know why they decided to give him a human head on the cover. Also, I would like to mention this trilogy of books that I don't know how I got my hands on these. I don't remember ever getting these. The Scripture Sleuth. And every single cover is the exact same photo of the kid. They couldn't like take a different cover for it. So after surfing the web, as to say, I compiled a bunch of the worst book covers I could possibly find. I just dropped something. Starting with A Stainless Steel Rat is Born. I'm gonna be completely honest with this one. If I saw this in a bookstore, I would be buying this immediately. Something about it just like intrigues me and like draws me like to it. Up next we have Don't Shoot, I'm the Guitar Man. I honestly don't know what's going on here, but I like the creativity of it. I like how the bars of the prison he's in represent the guitar strings. Me personally, I think I would read this. I'm giving this one a 9 out of 10. This looks like, you know those like ads you get for like that one mobile game episode? That's exactly what this looks like. If I saw this, I would not read this. 1 out of 10. So I don't actually know what's going on here. He was just like at the store and he like asked his friend like, hey, can you take a picture for me? And then he used that for the cover of his book. I think I'd give this one like a 6 out of 10. I think this one works really well actually. If I saw this at the bookstore, I think I would actually have no choice but to pull out my wallet and purchase it. I'm giving this one a 10 for that. What I really love is the cover to those like who was and who is, those type of books where they just make like the heads on them absolutely massive. When I was younger, I'd love to like go to bookstores and just look at all of them, or like the school library. I wouldn't read them because I knew that they were just like boring history books. But like whoever was in charge of like designing these covers, I think was like genuinely a genius. The only one of these I actually read was the who was Ronald Reagan one. I had to do that for like a school assignment in like 3rd grade, I think. My gun shoots bullets. They do tend to do that. I feel like this is like one of those books that you would find like, you know when you go to like Walmart or Fred Meyer and they have like that like small aisle of like books, but like none of them are good, like they're like just the bad books. I feel like that's where you'd find this. I don't think me personally I would read it, so I'm gonna give this one like a 3 out of 10. I really like this one. This one reminds me of like that like Venom poster. Like those like Animorphs books. I don't think I would actually read this one though, so 4 out of 10 in terms of effectiveness. Speaking of Animorphs, usually like they try a little bit harder to make the kids look like they're like fading into the creature. With this one, they just gave up on the second one. I think I would read this one though, 6 out of 10. Is this one trying to be like Little House on the Prairie, but like, why would you knock that off? That's one thing I don't get about like knockoff books. Like some of them, it's like, why would you even try? Why would you put effort into trying to knock that off? You aren't fooling anyone with this cover. I'm giving this one a 1 out of 10. I gotta be completely honest with you, I would 100% read this. It's clear that they were just messing around in Photoshop and accidentally created one of the most beautiful covers ever made. I feel like if like the newer Jurassic World films had covers that looked like this, I feel like people wouldn't hate on them that much. Actually, side note, this is a movie poster, not a book cover, but this cover for Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom, people hate on it, but it's like so unintentionally funny. People love to complain about like the floating heads thing in like movie posters. But with this one, they just like gave up. It was like, what if we did floating heads, but we just did a bunch of dinosaurs? If I was like trying to learn piano and my piano teacher gave me this one, I think I would like file a restraining order. It just looks evil, it looks menacing. Like I would not let my child around this guy. This has like a lot to unpack. I don't think that the Antichrist would come to Earth in a UFO, let alone 2 UFOs. I also like the arrow that's like showing how UFOs like abduct things. I think I would read this one though, out of curiosity, 8 out of 10. In my English class, we recently had to study The Great Gatsby, which the normal cover for The Great Gatsby on its own is pretty bad. But I found some alternate freakier covers. Like, why is she standing like that? She doesn't look real, she looks like a Wendigo. And also this one, I don't know why they decided to put The Great Gatsby in like this really joyous art style. Me personally, I absolutely despise The Great Gatsby as a book. Controversial opinion, but it's a bad book. The movie is really funny though, the Leonardo DiCaprio one, not the Paul Rudd one. I really like this one for Insomnia by Stephen King. I personally struggle a lot with insomnia, and I can confirm that this is exactly what happens to me. This one for American Psycho it took me like a solid like 45 seconds to figure out that this one was American Psycho. They just like took a picture of some guy and then put words over the entire thing. This is awful. Now we're getting into the freaky covers. I don't know what's going on here. Someone is just really passionate about horses. I feel like somebody's grandma would have this on their bookshelf. I'm giving this one an 8 out of 10. I'm intrigued enough to read it, but I feel like I would also like go to prison if I tried to read this one. I don't even want to look at this one for too long. 0 out of 10. I think this one is one of my favorites. I'm not sure what's happening here or how it happens, but I 100% would read this one. I'm giving this one a 10. Something Stinks at the Spa, The ABCs of Witchcraft 3. This implies that there's 2 others. I think we all need to like stop for a minute and just kind of process this one. I'm giving this one a 4 out of 10. This also looks like something you'd find in the Walmart book section. Also, the Confederate flag in the back is a little, I don't know what they were thinking with this. Like I get what they're going for. 6 out of 10. Anyways, that's it for this video. Let me know if I should go back into retirement or if I should make more videos. Give me ideas down in the comments. And also subscribe to the channel. We're getting really close to 1 million subscribers, so I'd really like to hit that milestone soon.